What is up, ladies and gents? You know what time of day it is. It's XCN time, and in today's video we're going to be talking all things XCN. We're going to be discussing what we're seeing here on the charts, and I'll be discussing some things that we can look forward to here on XCN, so be sure to stay tuned for all of that. Of course, if you are a new viewer, then welcome to this channel. If you do like this sort of content, hit the like button and subscribe for more. If you are a returning viewer, as always, welcome back to the channel. It's great to see you all here. So we're going to be diving straight into this video. So the first thing I want to bring up in this video is not specifically XCN, but some crypto news that has just popped out an hour ago. Of course, if you go onto XRP's chart here, you can see that over the past few hours, we've seen this massive pump on XRP. It's up over 15% right now, and the reason we've seen such a big climb on XRP is the fact that just a few hours ago, it got announced that the SEC is completely dropping the Ripple lawsuit. And of course, this lawsuit that lasted 4 years is now officially closed. XRP is not a security. The SEC cannot press any more charges or do any other things here against Ripple, as now the lawsuit is closed. Of course, XRP fans everywhere are probably celebrating right now. And over here at XCN, I think it's also pretty exciting that XRP is pumping right now. Because of course, with XRP pumping, this could kickstart something here in XCN. And what I mean by that is every time we started to see a rally on XRP, we start to see something similar over at XCN. So if I take you guys back to November 2024 here on XRP, after Trump got nominated the president of the United States, XRP did this mega rally, 6x basically in the space of a month, another 50% on top of that as well in mid-January. And of course, it triggered off this massive bull market here in XCN as well. Initially, XCN was slow back in November. We saw that in the space that XRP did a 6x, XCN did a mere 2x. Still pretty good, but not as good as XRP, because of course, at that time, the larger cap cryptos were taking the limelight. But then afterwards, when XRP was already inflated by that massive pump, we saw smaller caps like XCN start to take the limelight. So what's exciting here right now, guys, is right now, obviously, XRP is taking the limelight, and I think that it has quite a bit of space to rally. For example, we've seen beautiful bounces of this 0.786 fib. You can see that over the course of the past few months, XRP has bounced from this area at least 5 different occasions. And now, with this really bullish news and the fact that the prices are rising, I would expect the next target there to be at this fib here, $2.88 on XRP. Of course, if it can clear that, then I would be targeting all-time highs and beyond. Of course, the next fib, the 1.272 fib there on XRP, lies at $4.70. So if it can clear $2.88 and the previous all-time high there, then honestly, we could see a mega rally here on XRP. And of course, that only has extremely bullish implications for XCN. Of course, right now, we've been on a downtrend here on XCN, but I do believe there's a lot of good things to look forward to here on XCN. Of course, first and foremost, we've been looking at these two trend lines here on XCN. They're both pointing in the downwards direction. This one has been our 2-month support, basically keeping Onyxcoin in a downwards trend for the past 2 months. And as you can see, quite recently, we've broken past this trend line. In fact, if I go on the 1-hour chart, you can see that's a little bit better. Prices came above this resistance line here. We kind of consolidated a bit. It's tested as a support on a few different occasions. And of course, with XRP starting to pump, we could start to see XCN also follow in the direction of XRP in the near future. Of course, something like this over the next few hours and the next few days could be on XCN if everything plays out just well. Of course, if the markets do flip bullish, then my initial price target for XCN here in the shorter term, so maybe in the coming weeks, if the market allows it, is this price target here. Of course, this is the result of this falling wedge pattern that we see here on the chart. And as you can see, the price target on XCN remains at 3.1 cents in the shorter term. To support this fact as well, we've also seen a MACD crossover on the daily chart. As you guys can see there, just a few days ago, the two lines, the orange line and the blue line down here, have crossed over, going from bearish momentum that you can see with these red bars down here to very slightly bullish momentum. But it's still a decent crossover in my opinion. Of course, if the prices can be bullish throughout the rest of today and into tomorrow, then this could be completely confirmed. We could see prices starting on a new bullish trajectory here in the near future. And of course, the immediate price targets. And of course, we have this falling wedge with that immediate price target there. So things are looking quite nice in my opinion. Of course, one more graph I want to show you guys as well is this one here. If you've seen my channel, you know we've been monitoring the XCN over XRP graph. Basically, they're both in the same category. One is a large cap, one is a smaller cap. And so when this chart is bearish, we know that it's XRP season. XRP is outperforming XCN. But when this chart is bullish, XCN is outperforming XRP. Now, if you look at this chart, at the moment, we have crashed down below this trend line, but actually this chart still makes me bullish, because if you look at all the previous sessions here on the XCN over XRP chart, every time we've had a crash on this chart, it's been followed by a period of consolidation where the price moves sideways and then a massive pump occurs afterwards. Again, we see that over here as well. Prices do crash, then we see a small area of consolidation, and then we see a massive pump stemming out of it. So right now, prices on this XCN over XRP graph are starting to crash. We don't know where it's going to bottom. It depends how much XRP pumps. If XRP gets to $2.88, for example, then this graph is just going to keep on coming down. So let's just get rid of this for time being so you guys can see it a bit easier. Maybe we get a period of consolidation where XRP is sort of topping off a little bit. And at some point, we're going to see XCN catch up with XRP. That's just how it goes here in crypto. They're in the same category. When people want to take more risk, they're going to move their funds from XRP to XCN, and that's when we see another massive pump here on this chart, and that's when XCN is going to be flourishing. So this chart, even though we've lost this trend line here, does make me bullish because it's starting this 3-step process where we see a massive dump first and foremost, we see a sideways consolidation, and then we see a massive pump, and that massive pump coincides with XCN outperforming XRP. So really quite a few things to look forward to on XCN. On top of that as well, we've got something coming up in a few hours, something very, very important for crypto. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Fed interest rate decision. So basically, that's coming out today at 6 p.m. UTC. And essentially, there's going to be a decision on the interest rate that's going to be set in America. Now, this normally brings a lot of volatility into crypto. Of course, if you are using leverage to trade, just be aware of the fact that we will see a lot of volatility here in crypto. So just be careful out there. Of course, what this basically means right now is that we have an interest rate of 4.5%. And the general market, all the analysts, all the experts in the field think that basically the interest rate is going to stay the same, that the Fed is not going to mess around with this interest rate during this meeting. Of course, they can definitely do so and they could reduce it as well. But public opinion thinks that it's going to stay the same. So at 6 p.m. UTC, we're going to find out what the interest rate is. If it does indeed stay the same, then this is going to have a mixed effect on the market. It could be bullish, it could be bearish, we don't know. But what would be extremely interesting is if we see a reduction. Unfortunately, the market doesn't give us much of a chance for a reduction, but nonetheless, be on this page, tradingeconomics.com at 6 p.m. UTC. Watch what this figure here says when it comes out at 6 p.m. And if this is anything different from 4.5%, there is going to be massive, massive moves in the market. If it's 4.25% here for the interest rate, then that will absolutely pump the markets, in my opinion. Prices are going to shoot up. Now, alongside this Fed interest rate decision, there's a meeting that occurs along with it. And there's a few key points that you want to look out for. So, of course, the first one we've just already spoken about is the interest rate decision itself. The second one is the Fed dot plots. So at the moment, the whole market is expecting 2 rate cuts in 2025. However, if this gets revised at all during the meeting, so let's say instead of 2 rate cuts, they plan 3 rate cuts this year, then that will be extremely bullish. That will be extremely bullish for the markets. However, if the Fed decide that they have to keep rates higher for longer and they only see having 1 cut this year, then that would be bearish for the markets. It means that quantitative tightening still remains in the economy. Of course, the last one here as well is the meeting itself. It's a little bit nuanced, but basically you have to listen to the tone of Jerome Powell, who's the chair of the Fed. Basically, he's going to be talking about his plan, what he sees for the future of the US economy. what his projections are for the current quantitative tightening cycle. If he sounds dovish, if he sounds like he's ready to end it very, very soon, then that could be very bullish for the markets. However, if he's talking in a bit more of a gloomy sort of fashion, if he's talking about that the economy has been a bit tougher than he thought, for example, and he's going to have to keep rates higher for longer or something along those lines, that would be very, very bearish. So basically, it's the tone that he uses in that meeting, the choice of words. Are they positive or are they negative? From that meeting, we will see large moves in the market. And so basically, I'm just praying, guys, that the outcome of this Fed meeting is good. Of course, we've had a great start so far with the SEC dropping the XRP lawsuit. That is a really great start here for crypto that could initiate a new bull run. But if this meeting turns out well, then I truly believe we're going to start seeing things flying here in crypto sooner rather than later. Of course, a lot of cryptos right now are close to their long-term supports. Bitcoin, for example, is one great example as to where we are right now in the markets. Of course, right now we've seen this long-term support here on Bitcoin been supported since 2023. You see the prices have come down to this level on at least 6 different occasions, most recently there in March 2025. We've seen a decent bounce from this level. And of course, a bullish Fed meeting will definitely push the prices up here on Bitcoin. You can see right now it's struggling at roughly the $84,000 region. If the Fed meeting turns out to be bullish, we could start to see a new run here on Bitcoin where prices start to reclaim that 90,000 region, then 100,000, and then new all-time highs. Of course, MACD crossover on the daily as well is a nice little benefit here for Bitcoin. And so in my opinion, it's looking primed for another run up here. We just need the Fed meeting to be bullish. So guys, I've got my fingers crossed that this meeting turns out well. I'm going to be watching it. It's happening right now. It's happening very, very soon. So we'll find out sooner or later how the market reacts to it anyway. Just be prepared for both scenarios, both a bullish and bearish case here. Of course, if the meeting turns out to be bearish, just remember, guys, that we have these fib levels that we are watching. Of course, right now we are close to this 1.1 cents level, the 0.5 fib there. So if prices start to head down after the meeting, then this hopefully as a support level holds the price. If it doesn't hold the XCN price and it slips down below, then we could be looking at the prices touch this 0.75 cents level. If the meeting is bullish, then likewise, these fib levels above where the price is right now could be places of resistance here for the price. So if we start to head up here on XCN, then the first level that I'm looking at is roughly 1.6 cents. If we can get past that, then hopefully 2.6 cents is next, and then that target there, the price target of 3.1 cents in the near future. Of course, in the long term here for XCN, I still believe that this upper fib level 1.618 fib is my price target for 2025. So of course, that's all I wanted to say in this video for the time being. Do let me know down in the comments, as always, if you're still holding your XCN. Of course, let's all have our fingers crossed for this Fed meeting. Hopefully it turns out very, very well. But otherwise, guys, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.